Hello, 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 and welcome to another Conversation with Stevie. I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills, and this is the Conversation with Stevie. This is the place where we uncover the why behind what people do. And I love telling you that in my world, what I do is to help my clients use their knowledge and expertise to make money online. I do that specifically because I believe that we have been blessed to be brilliant, and we need to get paid for it so we can become bankable. Today, I have an amazing guest. Her name is Elaine. Hi, Elaine. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Stevie. I'm great.
Awesome. Yay.
And how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so, so much for asking. I believe that the best introduction one can give is of themselves, so please do go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. My name is Elaine Griggs. I am a teacher of math and computer science and robotics. I've been teaching robotics for over 15 years, and I've founded K-12 STEM Club. It's an online e-learning platform that really inspires children to know their gifts, use their imagination and creativity to bring their ideas to life. Through learning to code, they become confident, lifelong learners.
Awesome. I love that because, for one, I never did really well in math and science, but I understand the opportunity for people to do excellent in it because I went to North Carolina A&T State University, and we really are huge when it comes to engineering. So I love seeing STEM and STEAM people do what it is that they are called to do. So thank you for your work. It's amazing. And I do love our teachers. I think that you all have such a beautiful and blessed space in all of our lives. I still stay in touch with my first grade teacher many years from me being in first grade. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And so what got you into teaching? Did you always know you were going to be a teacher, or is it something that you just woke up one day? What happened?
Yeah, no, not at all. I was in biotech in the device industry, consulting internationally, and I was getting my master's in math, intending to do something as an analyst. And I was in class with a woman who said, why don't you teach? I said, teach what? She said, math. I was like, oh, where? She said, well, high school. I said, oh, right, they're still doing that. That would be great. I said, oh, well, maybe. And she said, well, listen, I have a job. I'm switching my job. You would be teaching computer science and math. And I was a math with a software solutions major. I was getting my master's in math with software solutions at UMass Lowell in Massachusetts. And she was like, just come in for the interview. Her name was Peg. She was like, I'm going to help you. If this is something you want to do, I'm going to help you. I said, all right, sure. I went in for the interview, and it was what's called a pit interview. The other teachers interview you. And I had no classroom experience whatsoever. And so they did not recommend me for the job, and they did not recommend me to further the interview process. But then the department had called me anyway. She was like, you weren't recommended. You really have no classroom experience, but I'd like to see you, even though you weren't recommended. So I go in, and I really wasn't used to interviewing, especially not for this role. It just was not something I was experienced in. And so I went in, and she said, and she was like, oh, you did terrible interview. You did absolutely terrible. And you have no teaching experience. I was like, okay, well, that's okay. And so I called her back, though, to thank her for the interview. And I was like, I'm not a terrible interviewer. I just haven't interviewed in this space. I'd love to give you a written proposal on what I feel I can do now that I understand your school's needs. And this was Haverhill High in Massachusetts, a big urban district. And I wrote a proposal with a 5-year vision on what I could bring to their school. And she hired me based on that vision. No classroom experience. I was tossed into the classroom, and I've been teaching ever since. So I really do feel I was called to teach because there was nothing getting in my way, even myself.
Oh, my goodness. I love that so much. That speaks to your tenacity, your ingenuity, and your creativity. I love that. And how
it was really crazy.
Go ahead.
And the woman who led me to that interview, she really did stick with me. She helped me, and she was really talking to the teachers and to the department head, like in the background. So she was really, well, no, it's okay that she did terrible in the interview. It's okay that she has no classroom experience. Give her a try. Give her a try. And they did. And the woman who I still am connected to, the woman who hired me, she was a PhD and a really amazing department head. And she helped me every step of the way, too. She came into my classroom and just really helped me every day with little tips and tricks and how to write on the board and all kinds of things. And it really was a beautiful year. My first year was pretty crazy. But since then, I've been recognized locally and nationally with Teacher Excellence Awards through several groups: Computer Science Teachers Association. I am a NASA recognized robotics instructor. So I've now been teaching over 15 years. And interestingly, to get recognized locally in Massachusetts and nationally by so many teaching groups has been an amazing honor all the way around.
Congratulations. That's incredible. I love it. And it just shows us that, if there's something that we believe we can do and just don't know how to do, there are other ways if you use what's inside of you to really show people that you can. I love the fact that you took that extra step. That's so incredible. And
it brings me closer to the students, too, because having that as a process and really learning how to teach while I was teaching. And then I got my master's in teaching and went a more conventional route once I was teaching. But learning to teach while I was teaching, it just brings me closer to the students and, allows me to inspire them to see what is their passions, what are their gifts, and how can they express it and move forward.
That's exciting. I love it. When we think about the things that we have done in life and really the opportunity, because your passion and love for the kids you serve is so amazing. I know you have an event coming up that you told me about in the green room, and I cannot wait till you tell everybody about it.
Yes, I'm very excited about this particular event. It's part of Black Children's Book Week. I have their website open, blackbabybooks.com, and on March 1st is my particular event, and I am having a code camp. I've had lots of code camps before, and this one is really special in that no experience at all is needed, and I really know that after an hour with me, just even online, parents and kids can go forward and create with code. We're going to be animating a book to stay with the book week theme. We're either going to be animating a book or the children can choose a story or even their own story. So we're going to do that with animation and characters, and we have a whole ideation process where they're able to come up with their own ideas and say what they want to say and really find when kids find their voice in this way, it is just particularly empowering. And one of my missions, the reason I'm involved particularly in this project is one of my missions is really broadening the access to computer science education for all kids.
I love it. I love it so much, and that's such an incredible thing because I remember being a young child and really reading. I don't know who all remembers the Book It campaign, but I was definitely about that, and so I love this amazingness that you all are curating, and I love the fact that you have brought math and science to be fun. I think if I would have had you as a teacher, that would have been amazing because I'm all about the fun, and when I can be in a space and place to learn and have fun at the same time, it just makes life easier for me, even as an adult. And so as we are ending our time together here, I do have a question that I love to ask you all who come to have a conversation with me. And I know that you have some more amazingness coming up, so maybe you'll tell us about this in this question. But it literally is a fill-in-the-blank question, and it goes like this. Dr. Stevie, we cannot leave the conversation today without everyone knowing, and then you can fill in the blank.
Dr. Stevie, we cannot leave the conversation today without everyone knowing, first, how much I admire you. I really admire your work tremendously. And I can't believe we're to the end of our time. And I would just love people to know about the event that we're having. So the Black Children's Book Week Code Camp event is on March 1st. People are able to get involved either through Eventbrite, through my website, k12stemclub.com, or through the blackbabybooks.com website. And that kicks off a time period for me where I'm having weekly webinars. So k12stemclub.com is the best place to reach me. Just really excited. We have a good group already for the Code Camp, Black Children's Book Week event, where they'll be animating a story, telling a story, finding their voice, and being able to do that with their parents. So I hope that it's an empowering event, and I continue to reach students there.
Thank you for your kind words. I am certain that you will be able to reach students there because I just love the fact that you really love to teach, and I love the fact that you are teaching the seemingly hard subjects to people because that makes such a difference when you have somebody who really wants you to learn. I feel that in your voice and in your spirit that you really, really want kids to get it. So I love that, and I appreciate that. And so what I want to also ask you before you go, if you could tell us a little bit more about what people can be expecting from the webinars when they go to your website to sign up. What are you going to be digging into over there?
So when we kick off the webinar, the first webinar is on March 2nd, and it's for parents to teach their kids to code. So not only am I able to make it easy to learn how to code, I really believe parents can offer their kids free online tools that are just as easy to learn as playing a video game. So that's really what we're going to get into weekly. There are tools that parents can bring to their kids easily as playing a video game. Kids will have as much fun learning to code and getting better at math and being empowered to bring forward their voice as they do in video games. They'll learn to love to bring their ideas to life. And the fact that I really think parents can bring this to their kids for free. I'm going to be just working with the parents who are on the call, and the webinars will be released afterwards on YouTube.
Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Y'all better plug in with Elaine, honey. You have heard all of the amazingness that she is doing for you parents, for your children. You all please do, because one thing I know for sure is that educators make a difference. Like I said, I've still been in contact with my first grade teacher all these years because she not only was an incredible teacher, but she was an incredible advocate, and God blessed me to have her for first grade and third grade. So I am super excited about that. We're still Facebook friends. She definitely is somebody who has been a blessing in my life so much. And so I appreciate the fact that you are an educator. Elaine, just because I know some people may have been running to get a pen or trying to get to their notes app on their phone, can you please tell us how to get in contact with you one more time?
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Stevie. Really the best way is on my website, K12STEMclub.com, and all the registration forms are right there, easy to access, for both the Code Camp on March 1st for Black Children's Book Week, where we're going to animate a book and tell a story, and weekly webinars starting March 2nd. You can sign up at my website, K12STEMclub.com.
Awesome. So, yes, we have heard it all. We've heard how Elaine and so many of the amazing people who will be at the event are going to take your children and make sure they are learning so well. So we also learned about these webinars that Elaine is doing for the parents so you all can teach your children. It's very important, if I could say so again, that you really undergird your children as parents with this STEM and STEAM stuff. It's very important because I know that I had a math phobia, so I always advocate for people really learning and growing, and I just thank God that I had great teachers to help me through it. So you all know how to get in touch with Elaine. Do not hesitate to reach out. I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills, and I love having these 15-minute conversations. Why? Because I need you to reach out. If we talked all day, you would not have a need to reach out. So I want you to reach out. I can be found by going to workwithstevie.com, workwithstevie.com. You just need to know how to spell my first name correctly, Stevii. That way we can have a conversation ourselves about how I can help you increase your visibility, credibility, and cash online. What I do want to tell you is to make it a great day. Don't have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, all y'all who listen to the conversation with Stevie too have the power to do so. Bye for now.